and they'll be happy to take any questions you might have. So without further ado, Tom O'Connor.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you very much. And again, as Dan said, thank you for coming out on a rainy day and quick notice. Really appreciate you being here. At 9 o'clock this morning, Jim Larranaga called, and I had a very good conversation with him. And he said that he was accepting the head basketball coaching position at the University of Miami. We talked a little bit. I wished him well and understood that the reasons why he may have wanted to take that position. We're deeply respectful of Jim's wanting to do that. We're have deep gratitude for the things he's done for the university as an ambassador for the university, and all the good things and all the goodwill that he did for us in the community, and certainly with our basketball program. Basketball program started off at a lower level, and he's built it to the program that it is today, and left the program in a sense that we can build in the future and still become a factor in college basketball locally, nationally, and certainly within the CAA. So we're saddened that he's leaving. We wish he and his family tremendous luck and tremendous good graces. But we're going to get on with our search and move forward and get the best basketball coach we can for our student athletes. And I'll open it up for any questions you may have. Steve.
Did you, over the years, Tom, Jim had opportunities to go to bigger programs and pass them up. Given his age, his experience, everything else, were you kind of surprised that at this point, given the situation, his contract, that this would be about?
Well, early on, Jim and I have had conversations about him and his ability to coach, and I've always said that he could coach at any conference in the country. In fact, most recently I told him he could coach the Los Angeles Lakers if he wanted to. He's that good a basketball coach. So if there was a school out there that really courted him and he felt that it was necessary for him it was a good fit for him, I understood that. And I always allowed him to speak with any university or college that wanted to talk to him about coaching there. But again, we've talked early on about him being a terrific basketball coach, and he could coach at any conference or any school, or even in the pros if he ever wanted to do that. He's really good. He's a good basketball coach.
Can you talk a little bit just about maybe in terms of the salary situation, what you guys were able to offer versus Miami, and maybe how much that kind of came into play?
Well, I don't know what Miami offered him, quite frankly. My guess is it's a lot. But we were able to put together a total compensation package that was, in a good year, it would have put him within the top 5 of the mid-major coaches in the country. So we were very satisfied with what we presented to Jim. The university was very open to making sure that we could do the best that we could do, and then it was Jim's decision to whether accept it or not. But again, the package was very, very good.
I don't normally cover sports, so forgive my ignorance, but
what's your name? I don't know.
Jennifer Donald, Channel 7. Sorry.
Okay.
You're recruiting right now, aren't you, for the basketball team? What's your concern that his departure will have on recruitment?
Well, our 2 recruits have been signed, and Michael Huger, our assistant basketball coach, talked to them last night to say there was a possibility, and met with Michael a little while ago. They've been in touch with both of our recruits and saying that they know the entire situation. My plan now over the weekend is likewise to call the recruits we have, but they're under letter of intent. We met with our current players today. We text them early, did text with them early to their cell phones, so they knew that was coming. This was coming about, and told them we would give them an update. And about 1:30, I went over to the Patriots Center, met them in the locker room, and told them exactly what was happening. So not only did we make sure that we wanted that good communication with our recruiting class, but also with our current student athletes.
Could your recruits leave? Could they leave if they're upset about this?
It's interesting. You know, my philosophy has always been that when a recruit comes to an institution, they're coming because but they love the institution, and so we just want to make sure that they still understand that that this is a terrific academic institution where they're going to get a great education, and that we're going to hire a terrific basketball coach to move us on in the future. Again, we'll be in contact with them. We'll be in contact with their head coaches and their parents.
Did any of the current players you met with today express any desire to leave the school because?
No, we had a great conversation. In fact, ran into Michael Morrison over in the field house, and he was on the way. Michael was very, I love Michael. He was very upbeat, and he understood Coach Larranaga is leaving, and told him we were going to get the best coach available, and he understood that, and he looked at it in a very mature way.
Along the lines of the salary and the package that you were offered, Jim, I guess one of his considerations was the assistant coaches. How did that
About, I don't know, maybe 2 months ago, I took a look at some things in the entire department with the help of our senior vice president, and to say, you know, we have to take a look at our salary structure for not only the basketball coaches, but for all of our coaches, and we did that. And it was just before the NCAA tournament, I said, you know, we need to put something down on paper and take a look at what we can do. We were really working on that. The process doesn't just happen overnight. All of a sudden you can get, you know, X amount of dollars, because if you're going to do it for one program, you want to be fair to the other program. What I mean, if you're going to increase monies for the men's basketball program, you certainly want to do the right thing for the women's basketball program. And so we were able to develop that. We got the approval, and I guess about, I'm going to say 10 days ago, I mentioned to Jim that that was approved and we were going to move ahead on that. I don't know the exact figure right off the top of my head, but it was a sizable increase. Also did some research on the coaching salaries within our league to see where we are in high, medium, and low. There's one school, quite frankly, that's very, very high. We couldn't match that. It would have put a lot of things out of whack. But in doing the research, we felt very comfortable with the new salaries that our assistant coach is going to have.
Tom, what is the status of the assistant coaches?
They're employees at the university now. I have not talked to Jim about his desire to keep them with him to Miami or whatever, but I spoke with them and I told them to, it's status quo, move on with your workouts, do your recruiting, and we'll be with them on Monday. They're terrific people. We have 3 excellent coaches and a director of basketball operations at high quality. I'd love to see them stay around because they've done a lot to be part of the success of the basketball program. Yes?
For better or worse, you know, an award-winning sports team can, you know, bring more recognition around the country, around the world than a science, award-winning science department. I'm wondering if you can assess for the athletic department or the university since '06 what kind of impact that run had on, you know, I talk to a lot of students around here, they said, you know, they go overseas, they don't know what we're thinking about. Do you have a sense of that?
Well, sure, I do, but I probably may want to correct you. I don't think in the world, I think the Nobel Peace Prize would be more important than the basketball and some prizes like that that are academic. What in the basketball world and the athletic world and visibility for the university, the marketability of our basketball program was high, and what happened in the '06 season with the Final Four gave us the opportunity to tell the great story of George Mason. But we have to put everything in perspective. Many times people say that intercollegiate athletics can never be bigger than the university, which is true, and it's the front door. I don't think it's the front door. I think it's the side door. The department store of higher education with the toys and games department. And if you think about it, the side door, when you go into a house, it's usually in the family room or the kitchen, and people are all smiling. That's how I look at it. So it gave us great visibility for the basketball program, but it didn't come in a sense that it became more important than the university as a whole.
Do you feel like the success over the last 5-6 years will now, I guess, enhance your ability to attract a higher level coach than maybe years ago?
Well, quite frankly, yes. I think Jim Larranaga has a lot to do with that because he did so well with us, and we did so well with him, in that the credibility that our athletic program has, and in particular our basketball program with Jim, is quite high. So out there in the hinterlands of the coaching fraternity, we're a high commodity, and people are going to be very interested in our program, and it's because of what Jim Larranaga did, quite frankly. He put us in the position to say where our basketball program should be, and we're going to move forward. We want to continue the success in the CAA and continue better success in the NCAA tournament.
Have you got any calls yet?
Oh, about 750.
What is the timetable now? Obviously, you want to get this.
As soon as the press conference is over today, we're going to regroup and talk about the basketball coach. But it's important to talk about the process now, what we went through the last couple of days, as we're doing now, and then let's move on to great things with our basketball program.
What was the reaction of the team today, since they're not really speaking, but can you, in a nutshell,